Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers, and I'm here with
Nick.
And we're going to be talking about our favourite kit. In this video, each of the Run Testers is going to talk through 3 pieces of kit that they absolutely love. And we're not talking like the newest kit that we've tested, we're talking that you're still using, that you may have got a couple of years ago, even longer than that, that's just really, it's a staple in your kit selection. So have you got your 3 pieces of kit?
I have.
Okay, let's jump in and take a look. Right, so Nick, let's start with you. What is your first favourite pick?
Oh, I've really struggled with this video, Tom.
I know you did.
I've been basically, I don't want to pick things that I might end up changing. So I've not got no shoes in there, even though I do have my favourite shoes, and I haven't really got much gear in it. But one thing that has been a massive constant to me in all my big success, my successes as a runner, is Muarten's drink mix. Now I carry my own drinks in the marathon because I think this is the best way to do it. It's basically just a load of carbs in a way that doesn't upset my stomach. So I've done 3 or 4 marathons with this. I've never had a bad marathon with this. The only bad marathon I've done the last few years, I actually switched away from this to try a gel strategy, and I didn't like it.
And you normally have a little bottle that you use?
Yeah, I use soft flask. So I usually try and carry around 750 mils of this on the run, and I have one of these beforehand as well, for a marathon that is. And I have one of these before a half marathon. It's 80 grams of carbs delivered in a way that I find just gives me a really good amount of energy. There's no spikes, it doesn't trough or anything like that. And yeah, so I carry 3 little soft flasks with me and just drink them as I go, and I just find it that good that it's worth the hassle of carrying all that. So of all the things that I love, that in all the stuff I love at the moment for running, my favourite shoes right now, Headlands right now, I didn't want to put them in because I wasn't sure I still love them. Whereas this I have loved and used as my main fuel source for 2-3 years.
High praise indeed.
Can't argue with it.
All right, what else you got?
Well, it's related to the Muarten, Tom.
Okay,
so
I get a theme here.
Yeah, I need to carry all that stuff in a marathon. I need a really good running belt, and this is the Kiprun. It's called Marathon Belt, the version I have. It's now called the Kiprun Hydration Flask-Carrying Boat. It's from Decathlon. It's 20 quid, and it's the best running belt I've tried for carrying absolutely loads of stuff in a comfortable way. You basically pick the size you need for your waist size. This is the size 0. That's one concern with it. That's the smallest size, and I'm not the smallest person who would want to use this. Like women in particular, I think, will need a smaller size, and they should probably make some more sizes. But it's just got a load of pretty standard pouches. It tightens up. It carries 3 soft flasks, 2 gels, headphones. Or on everyday runs, it will carry your phone, all your stuff really close to your body with no bouncing. Only one concern I have with it is I've used it a lot over the past 6-8 months, I think, and there's a little hole developing. I'm pretty rough with gear because I'm slapdash, but durability might be a concern, but at the same time it's 20 quid.
And you are using kit more than most normal humans.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about this is I use my favourite, but it's not probably my everyday running belt because I would just rather use a pair of shorts or something, but it's really for races where I need to carry things in a comfortable way where it really excels. So yeah, that's just a bit of kit that has remained my top choice despite testing running belts. I've tested running belts that are 50, 60 quid, and I'd rather have the Decathlon one on.
Okay, what's your third pick? Is it a bottle to put your Muarten in?
It's not Muarten related at all. So actually these, I just really realised this, just for about to film this, how important these are to me. These are the Oakley Plazma glasses. Now, I'm going to stress right now, it doesn't have to be the Plazma glasses because these are a bit out there and it probably wouldn't be what I necessarily would go for now, but it's prescription glasses. I wear.
So you're saying prescription glasses in general?
But sports focus ones.
Right, okay.
It's such a I wear glasses a lot, and I run in my normal glasses, and they'll steam up, they'll fall off. I've got a nose bridge that glasses just slip down basically a lot. If you are a runner who wears glasses and you're faffing around with contacts, get yourself a set of photochromatic glasses. Oakleys are very good, but really it's any of them. But the Oakleys are amazing. They're properly built for sports, and just the fact that it's hard to, if you run every day, I run pretty much every day, and every single day I've got to go for a run now, take my glasses off, do I have to go all the way upstairs, put my contacts in, faff around with that, it gets a bit irritating, I don't love wearing contacts, or I just put on this pair of glasses and go out and run. I can run in the dark with these because it's photochromatic, so it's a surprising amount of quality of life improvement to get a set of, the ones that darken in the sun, and you just wear all year round, and just you can see.
It does seem to be a good benefit.
Yeah, basically I only really use contacts now for special occasions, i.e. sessions, races, and when I have to film and talk to the camera, because I don't like wearing I think it's rude to wear sunglasses to talk to the camera, but I think it's just a bit of a weird hang-up I have, so I always have to take them off, and if it's prescription ones, I can't see where I'm going then.
There you go.
But yeah.
Great picks.
Prescription glasses. Right, Tom, so talk us through why you love Muarten as well.
Never used Muarten.
Okay, Tom's not picking Muarten.
I won't be picking. I can confirm that I will not be picking any Muarten related products.
Well, you are picking a running belt though. Your running belt, why do you love it so much?
So I have gone for the Fitletic Bolt 2-pocket. I think it's something like that. I'll pop up the name on the screen.
Yeah.
But basically, this belt, up until I started using this, I was using the Fitletic Ultimate belt. I've used flip belts as well and things like that.
Yeah.
This has just been fantastic. That pocket, it's got 2 pockets. It's pretty simple. It's just 2 pockets. There's not loads of bits and pieces to it. That pocket is massive, but it also holds like small phones and large phones perfectly. It'll really hold them in place. And I was using a Pixels 5a before, and I went to get a 6 Pro, Google Pro 6 Pro.
Someone's earning.
Well, they've gone down in price quite a lot, and I'm a bit annoyed about it. But the 6 Pro is massive.
Yeah.
And it won't fit in any of my other belts now.
Right.
It fits in this one, and even though it's massive, I still don't notice it against me because it's sort of got this silicone design.
Yeah.
It really holds it tight. But this other pocket in it as well, it's still quite big, so it can hold in it like all my keys, credit cards, all these different things. And I just absolutely love it. It's my favourite belt, and all the other belts that I've got previously, I don't even use any of those anymore. I only use this.
Could you have your new Google phone there and then your old one in that one?
That's not going to be big enough for my old Google phone.
That would be fun though.
And somewhat unnecessary as well. And it fits me perfectly as well. What I would say is that I have this on the lowest setting, so I've really strapped this down. I'm a 30-inch waist at the moment. I have this at the lowest setting. It just about fits. If you go lower than that, you might struggle with this belt. But I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. And washes quite well as well.
Very good. Well, yeah, that material looks like you just wipe it, right?
Yeah. Well, if you use it too much, you do need to stick it in the wash occasionally.
Weird. So we've got the Fitletic Bolt Fit or Bolt belt. What's your second pick going to be?
Second pick is going to be my absolute favourite piece of race kit that I use for any time I'm doing a race, sometimes for track sessions, things like that. Basically, when I want to run fast and I don't want to end up wearing a pair of shorts that's going to be too baggy, uncomfortable, that is the Soar, I forget the name right. These are slightly older ones, so these are the Dual Run Shorts 2.0.
Yeah.
Now, these shorts are... I recently bought a friend of mine these for... He's just about to do London Marathon, not London Marathon, Barcelona Marathon. And he bought him a pair of these for his birthday, just because I've never found a pair of shorts like these. It's dual layer, and the inner lining is so thin. And I always wear running shorts with dual layers because I get chafing and I don't like wearing 2 pairs of shorts.
Yeah.
Your mid layer and one over the top, or undergarment. So yeah, they're so thin. That material is so thin, and the outer is just really loose, really nice, really comfortable. But the design is quite slim fit.
Yeah.
So they're not like baggy, they're not flaying around. They're very close to you, but also very comfortable. And that pack at the back as well, the pocket is fantastic. I use that for gels in all marathons.
Yeah.
Holds probably 3 gels, which is perfect because I'm using my belt for my phone and everything. I don't want to put my gels in that as well. Put those in the back of it. Absolutely love it. I've got 2 pairs of these. I would never look at anything else for races.
I would agree. I think Soar probably make the most comfortable running shorts in the market. The closest to my favourites of any running garment was the Soar Speed, basically the inner layer of those shorts almost, because I don't need the overlayer. I like just going pure half tight. Very comfortable. Yeah,
absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic. If you've got a big race coming up and you really want to, they're expensive. They're really expensive. I think these are £80, something like that. I'll put the price up as well.
Yeah.
But I think what I would say is, like, I bought them for my friend who's doing Barcelona. It's a nice investment, and if you're doing a big race, it's nice to have these really nice pair of shorts when you're doing a big race, and it does make a difference for me.
Shorts are one place to invest because chafing is not great in marathons, and you won't get it with those shorts. Now, your last pick is another garment. What have you got here? Is it a jacket you talked about on 30,000 videos?
So, this is our favourites video, so I can't sort of not pick this because I've said it a few times. This is the New Balance Impact Run Light Jacket. Now, this is a jacket that New Balance have had in their collection in different guises for about 3 years.
Yeah.
It comes back every London Marathon, collection. There's a version of it, and every time there's another race collection, there's a new version. This is the one. This is the first one I got. This is about 3 years ago. I think the thing about this jacket is I don't really like wearing jackets when I run. Very rare I wear a jacket. It has to be pretty torrential rain, cold, for me to wear any of my sort of substantial jackets, because I'll just be sweating and I was really annoyed I've taken it out after about 2k. This jacket is fantastic for me because it's what it sort of does is if it's cold and it's wet and you're leaving the house to go for a run, you can put this on and it's very light. I mean, it's essentially like a long sleeve t-shirt with a hood on it. But it's not properly waterproof, but it does protect you a little bit from the rain. But when you go out and do like a couple of k, and you start heating up, you just roll this up, stick it in its pocket, and it's got its own waist pack.
Yeah, it's amazing, this waist pack. It does work really well.
It's saved me so many times because other jackets that I've gone out with, nothing can do with them. Tucked high around my waist. It's still just too hot. So this is just like, I've got 3 of these now, and it's just, I use it all the time. Like every time I go out, it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about the weather and you go, oh, it's going to be too hot today, too cold. Just doesn't matter with this. Just take it out. It's fine. You don't notice it's on your belt.
Yeah, you look a bit of a fool, but it's fine.
I'm not worried about that. That's I've got bigger issues than that.
This colour is a special place in your heart as well, because we got that the night that the run testers hit 1,000 subs.
Oh yeah, so it was a couple of years ago I got this.
Yeah,
so I might have an earlier version of this as well. But the other good thing about this as well is these normally come out around £70 to £80 when they first come out, which is pretty cheap for a running jacket. Considering I've probably used this one, I don't know, a few hundred times now. But they normally go down in price because they're constantly updating it with new designs. You can normally find an older one for like £30, £40 on the site, and for that it's a steal. It's just it's just worth having in your collection. If you're a runner, just get one of these in your collection because you will definitely at some point you will use it. The weather will be perfect for that. So yeah, that's my third favourite pick, and absolutely love it.
Very good.
So for my first kind of all-time favourite pick, I've picked something that I've just started to use all the time. They're a real kind of staple in my kind of running wardrobe, and they are these. These are the Under Armour Tech Boxerjocks, £30. They're made of a sort of 4-way kind of stretch fabric that's nice, kind of soft and sort of silky. And as a base layer kind of short for those kind of regular runs, they work an absolute treat. And I think for the price, they come in at a pretty good sort of bargain, to be honest. They're very, very durable as well. I've only sort of, on rotation, I've probably got about 2 packs of these that I use all the time. I also really like the fact they've got this kind of built-in waistband that doesn't sort of cut in. It doesn't roll down either. It kind of sits in place and they hold place nicely. They're quite short up on the leg, and they're thin enough that they'll actually sit under a short that's already got a kind of built-in base layer as well. But they just take the edge off that. There's no chafing with this. And that's the main reason I wear them. It's just sort of comfort and anti-chafe. Just good, simple, reliable piece of kit that you know you can turn to day in, day out. They dry nice and quickly as well. So after a run, if you're hanging around and it's warm enough, they will sort of dry out as well. But really just for super comfort, simplicity and price, I don't think you can go too far wrong with these. These are the Under Armour Tech Boxerjocks. Next up, I've got these. This is a new all-time favourite of mine. These are the Cimalp Aoste H French twin 2-in-1 trail shorts. Now, essentially what you're getting is a pair of shorts, good for trail, that come with a built-in base layer short, but they've also got this integrated belt that has a series of kind of stretch mesh pockets to beef up your overall storage. These are excellent. I have just run 67 marathons in 67 days wearing these shorts, this single pair of shorts. I only took one. You've also got these zippered pockets that sit on the thighs as well to add extra storage. The best bit about it, though, apart from the durability that these have lasted really well, is this stretch mesh kind of storage. Now, it basically comes with little Velcro closures as well, so it keeps stuff in place. But I was able to put all sorts of things in here, from fuel to last me a 6-hour run, a GoPro, a selfie stick. I had pepper spray. I had a rock in there that I was carrying to ward off dogs. I had I had my phone. I could even stash in there a soft flask, a 600 or 500ml soft flask, and all of that fits quite nicely and comfortably without bouncing and falling out. And they're just perfect. I think they've got a nice cut, they hang right, super comfortable on the run, had no problems with them at all. And you know, for me, sort of the big test of that is running almost kind of 6 to 8 hours a day in these shorts for 67 days. And the durability is still there. I mean, they have got some wear and tear where my pack has sort of worn into the mesh, but I think that's to be expected. These are still good to go after 410 hours of running in 2 months. So these have become an all-time favourite of mine. Really comfortable, like the cut, like the fit, and the storage is absolutely brilliant. These are now my kind of trail or race short go-to. And those are going to set you back around £65 in the UK. So on to my final pick then. I'm moving away from clothing and shoes and gear and whatnot into something that I just think is an excellent thing to have in your overall running armoury. And this is Two Tom's Sportshield. This is basically a silicone-based anti-chafe roll-on stick that I have discovered back in 2015 before I went into the Marathon des Sables. And it's absolutely bang on. I mean, I use it all the time when I'm racing or I'm going to go out and do those long 2 hour plus kind of Sunday runs. You know, put it on your soft bits. It's nice, it kind of creates a glide, but it doesn't mark your t-shirts like some. If you use Vaseline, that can kind of leave marks. I like that about it. It's easy to apply. It's really, really portable, so it's great for sticking in a drop bag or even into a trail bag that you might be carrying with you. And it just works a treat. Absolutely prevents chafing. When I put this on, I don't have any problems. You don't have to use too much of it either. I took basically 2 of these sticks to go and do 67 marathons in 67 days, and I've still got a little bit left in this one when I came back, so you can apply it kind of sort of fairly scant, and it will work really nicely. And yeah, it kind of washes off really easily, no messing around in the shower afterwards. Like you can, sometimes if you put on a heavy amount of Vaseline, it can be a real pain to get rid of it off your clothes and off your stuff. But yeah, really, really good. This is one thing that I would definitely recommend, particularly if you're looking at doing long runs or multi-days. This is the Two Tom's Sportshield. It will cost you somewhere between £12 and £15 in the UK.
My 3 running essentials are pretty much influenced by the fact that I'm about to get into the gritty bit of marathon training. So the first one is a bit of a cheat. It's gels. 2 different types actually. First of all, the High5 Energy Gel, 23 grams of carbohydrates in a 50 gram sachet. Simple, fruit flavoured, not too bad, really liquidy, dead easy to get down, and will do you fine on all your training runs. Secondly, it's the Cis Beta Fuel Nootropics, 60 milliliter sachet, and it's got a whopping 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. So think about when you're going to take that if you'd ever want to sleep again. But boy, do they work. They are like flipping rocket fuel, and they're absolutely brilliant for that like end of a long run when you need some oomph, or actually I've used them in like 10k races to just get me off that start line. But you can only take 1 a day, so do just be careful with those, but they are absolutely brilliant. Secondly, it's some training shorts. They're the Adidas Terrex Agravic shorts. They're actually trail running shorts, but they're brilliant for marathon training because they've got lots of sort of pockets around the waist. They've got this like gauze pocket, and they've got what would normally actually be pole clips, but you can fit things in there. You've got a zip bit around the side. They're kind of almost cycling short tightness, but not slightly flared around the bottom, so they're not flappy shorts and they're not cycling shorts, which I really like. I'd probably rather race in cycling shorts these days, weirdly, which is a new thing, but anyway, side point. So yeah, I really like those. I was put onto them by Fiona English, who's a trail runner, and I really, really rate them. I bought them myself, didn't get them free or anything like that. And then finally, it's the Oofos, I think is how you pronounce them, sliders, for just putting my feet in after runs all the time, after races. They are just squishy foam. They're the most comfortable thing you could possibly wish to put your feet in. Sorry, mine are a bit wrecked because I've worn them so much. But I mean, I've worn them so much and they still are just dirty, basically. They are allegedly 37% more shock absorbing than other foams. I mean, who knows what that means. But they are very, very comfortable. And when I'm starting to do lots of long runs, bigging up the mileage, my plantar can get a bit tight and I do not want plantar fasciitis. And these are great because I just wear them like all the time, put them by my bed at night. So if I go to the loo in the middle of the night, I put them on, wear them after runs, all that kind of stuff. And they're just really comfortable, and they're 50 quid straight off. I think you can get them cheaper than that. So those are my 3 marathon inspired must-haves at the moment.
Hi runners, I'm Laura. My first pick is a running bra. Now, for a long time I loved the Brooks Juno bra, and I would recommend it to everyone I spoke to, and particularly postnatally when I was breastfeeding. It was great because it wasn't designed as that, but the straps made it, they attached to the front, made it perfect for that. So everyone that I met that was postnatally running, I would recommend this bra to. And then it was discontinued. Brooks, about 2 years ago, completely changed their bra line, and I was devastated. However, I've recently gone back to the bra line, had a bit of a chat with some people at Brooks, and the Dare Racerback 2.0 run bra. This is my new best friend. I took it on 18 miles yesterday. I've been doing my long runs in it for this marathon training cycle, and 18 miles yesterday, and I won't say I was chafe free, but the amount of chafing that I had was minimal. It was less than the size of a 5p piece, and that is the least amount of chafing I've ever experienced ever from a bra. There's minimal seams. You can see, like, there's no seamage around the bottom there. They've tried to strip back, make it from as few pieces as possible. It's really, I am a fan of minimal movement, although there's different preferences when it comes to sports bra in terms of what you're looking for, but I am very much a like strap me down, minimal movement. That's what I want, and not to think about it. And I really do not think about this bra while I'm running. It is great. It is £55 and it comes in cups B to double F and 32 to 44. So my next pick is my watch. It's my Garmin. You won't see me reviewing tech anywhere because I'm not really a bells and whistle person. I like something to do the basics well. Anything else, I could take or leave it. So this is my third GPS watch that I've really used. I've had stuff that I've kind of reviewed and passed on, but in terms of the ones that I've used 3 Garmins that have stayed with me for several years each. My first one was in 2009, a long time ago, lasted many years, and this is my third one, always on the Forerunner, and this is the Forerunner 245. So I bought this 1 year ago, last year. Bit of a time warp at the moment, isn't it? And I want a watch to tell me how far I'm running, how fast I'm running, and my splits, and that's about it. I want it to be clear, I want the display to be clear, and I don't want it to be too big on my wrist because I do have pretty small wrists. I was reviewing a watch last year, £600, and it was huge and it was chunky and it wasn't very intuitive. Now this is the opposite of that. I find it very intuitive. Maybe it's because I've always been a Garmin runner, but I find it very intuitive. I went on holiday actually, and I didn't take my charger with me, and granted I only did 3 runs while I was away, but I wore it as a watch the whole time, and I was away for 10 days and it was still alive on the flight home. If you want something that's going to tell you the basics and not be too expensive, this you can pick up for under £200. If you're not fussed about the colour, then you can pick it up. I think I've seen it around £170 at the moment. Thoroughly recommend it, and couldn't live without it. My third pick is somewhat controversial. Now, I don't need to see the studies for this one, but kinesiology tape. I've used this off and on for a few years. My physio first put some on me when they were patching me up for a London Marathon one time. And beyond that, it does have several uses. Like I have used it to go over blisters, and I've loaned some out to, well, not loaned, I didn't want it back, but I've given it to other runners for nipples when they've not had plasters to hand. So it has that use, but at the moment I'm using it because last year I had some patellar tendonitis, and now I sometimes get and my physio did take me up with it at the time and showed me how to do that, which I was doing for a while, and I did feel like it helped. Again, don't need to see the studies. I know that there is some to and fro as to whether it's useful, but for me, for stabilising that joint, it felt very useful. And sometimes now, with my runs getting longer towards London Marathon, I'm mindful of that knee, so I do put a bit, maybe it's like a placebo, and I feel a bit more confident going out with it on my knee. But I know that sometimes in the month my joints are a little bit more prone to wobbliness, so I do tape my knee up then. So it's very cheap. It's $6.95 for a box like this. You know, this is the brand I've been using by ProWorks, but I think they're probably all pretty similar. You just want it to be sticky and stay there, but not be too sticky when you pull it off. Comes in lots of colours. You can go for a more fleshy coloured one, but obviously it's not going to match everyone's flesh. Or you can match it to your kit. Obviously I've matched it to my bra here. I've gone for blue. I don't know. I always go for blue. So there's my picks. Couldn't live without them.